All right, we've got the Taurus full moon here and recording this video with these cards. I really like the look of them today. We've got the Wise Owl, purple card, Inner Wisdom, and Foresight. Then we've got the World card, we've got the Hyena, and we've got Rainbow Hematite. And so, start with the World card. So the World card, the tarot deck is split up into the minor arcana, the major arcana. Minor arcana are more dealing with the day-to-day realities of life and how we maneuver through that. The major arcana are more about the big picture, spiritual journey type of stuff. And so the World card is the very last card, and it's the succession back into the Fool card, which is 0. So I like to think about it in terms of like where the card is and where it's going, because just because it's the end of the deck doesn't mean it's the end of everything. Like, energy continues to move, things continue to happen, changes continue to happen. That's the only constant that we can know for sure, that change will be coming back around. And so this Earth card, or the World card, is speaking to like a completion and an understanding. Like, you ever you know the feeling when you've been working on something for a really long time and you never really felt like you were going to get there, and then you realize at some point that you got somewhere. You had made so much effort, and then the effort paid off. That happened to me today specifically. I was catching myself and my face and my energy and where I was thinking about things that were outside of me, things that I was worrying about what other people were doing. And and then I stopped and I thought to myself, why am I worried about what other people are doing? I can be devoting this energy to myself. I could be turning my energy around to what is actually going to help me prosper, make me feel good. And so I started to smile a little bit, like one of those smiles that come from the inside, where you remind yourself like how much you have to be grateful for, and how beautiful it is to just be alive, and how really not a lot matters except for being alive and trying to find some semblance of joy, even though you have a society that's berating you with never finding joy, or never wanting you to find joy or find fulfillment or find healing. So I feel like this is a culmination card, and I think that a lot of things have come up for a lot of us in this time with all the retrogrades and whatever, if you believe in that. Or, I mean, I believe that we collectively are creating a reality. And I think that the more energy that goes into XYZ, the more powerful that is. And that's what the World card is all about, is understanding the reality behind the fact that we are all connected. And for me to be able to focus more on my gratitude than what other people are doing and how I feel affected by that, because my Libra moon is really like, it makes me very porous, and I very much like want to pay attention to the room and move the energies of the room, because that helps me feel better. And this is like a small example of what the larger example of the World card is that we are all connected. And the way that I change the energy of the situation in a more effective way is by me focusing on gratitude and what brings me joy and what fulfills my energy and like brings me into the present moment. And then that reverberates, and that makes a bigger difference. And so this is the retraining that we're working on. And I think I have come to a place where it's been really helpful for me, and I hope that other people are coming to that also. Now the next card, talk about the hyena. Notoriously self-centered animal, apparently, as I was reading about them. They are also embodiments of the masculine and feminine. They're active, masculine, feminine, receptive, all wrote into one, and it's hard to tell between males and females because of their anatomy and the way, gender, whatever. The point of this is merging the masculine and feminine together to help create energy for yourself. Also, they're scavengers. So this is about like being happy with what you have, whatever that is, and just being grateful, like finding gratitude and being okay with, if you need to gather whatever in order to eat. Like sometimes I eat better than other times, and sometimes I can afford to get organic groceries and sometimes I can't, but it's not, I have to be grateful and give so much love and prayers to everything that I put in my body, regardless of that, because wherever I'm at, whatever I'm doing, that it's more important that I'm putting love into what it is, regardless of what it is, because sometimes people don't have access to things. Like, not everybody is wealthy and can shop at Whole Foods all the time. Not everybody can just afford all of the best things. Some people don't even have access to it. Food deserts everywhere, all over the country, probably all over the world, because of capitalism. Like, we have to make do with what we have, and we have to give love to what we have. And so that's, I think, a part of this. Also, it's notorious for laughter. So how can you bring more joy and laughter into your life? How can you strive to find the comedy in the ridiculousness that is this world, instead of just always being dragged down by it? Of course, there's plenty of opportunities and reasons to feel dragged down by this, but also laughing keeps the energy up, like smiling keeps the energy up. Not that I'm telling you to smile, but I'm just saying it literally does. Like, it brings the energy up, and to bring the energy up inside of yourself can be a really helpful tool sometimes. Maybe if you're too deep into the sadness. I've been there. Wise Owl card. Deep, dark purple card. Third eye chakra, being really open to the insights that spirit wants to share with you, to really engaging with that and engaging with your own inner wisdom, your own intuitiveness, and what that means to you, and how you can like really sit into it. Because this is a deep purple, so it's like deep into the third eye pineal gland, and like really diving into understanding the symbolism that is happening around you, everything that you are attracted to in your like visual and spatial and symbolic eye line is something important for you. It's a message for you. It's spirit speaking to you through the things that you see, and it's our job to interpret them, and in the interpretation of that, we help ground ourselves to our reality, and then we are able to tap into our own inner wisdom to know what is right for us and what is not right for us, what we should be investing energy in and what we shouldn't be investing energy in. Because I've been speaking on this a while, like for the past few days, is time and energy are our wealth. Like, time and energy is how we can devote time to healing ourselves and then be more powerful in ourselves. If we don't have time and energy, there's no room for healing. There's no room for taking care of ourselves. There's no room for joy. There's no room for anything that is going to uplift our souls, our spirits. So this is really calling to us to be open to the insights that are coming towards us. And then moving into the rainbow hematite, this card is all about grounding. It's actually connected to the root chakra and the crown chakra. So it's grounding our energy so that we cannot be so swayed by our emotions and moving that energy in a more logical, processed way, like to be able to understand how to logically move through a situation instead of letting our heart be the thing that's pulling and guiding us and our emotions guiding us. Our emotions can be really, as the ocean, out of control. And so we need to be able to ground ourselves into our own energy, our own physicality, and to reiterate that same message that where are we putting our time, our energy, and our bodies? Like, what are we doing to our bodies, for our bodies, with our bodies? How are we expending our energy and connecting to anyone, any place? It's really important that we get a grasp on that, because the more that we have a grasp on that, the more we can feel grounded. And then when we feel grounded, we can logically process through things. And when we're logically processing through things, we can be like, I'm having an emotion right now. I'm going to choose to not just let that emotion take over me, but I'm going to ground myself in XYZ way. There's a million infinite tools that you can use to ground yourself, to give yourself healing techniques, therapy, like not even just going to therapy. There's things that you can do for yourself that are therapeutic. And that's more than, hit me up if you want to brainstorm some things. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of ideas about this, but the important part is really grounding our energy. So, because it's still Scorpio season, it's still Mercury retrograde, there's still a lot of emotions to be had and a lot of swaying to be happening and deep, dark things that are coming back up for review. Fall, moving into winter. So take the time to take care of yourself and get grounded, and to know where you're putting your time and your energy so that you're investing wisely. So yeah. All right. Happy full moon in Taurus, and I'll see you next week.